Good morning. It is Tuesday, February the 9th, and this is The Drill. Thank you. The prayer of the day from the book titled Daily Declarations for Spiritual Warfare. I will break the curse of sickness and disease. If you do not obey me and do not carefully follow my words, I will plague you with disease, fever, and inflammation until you are destroyed. But if you will serve me, the Lord your God, my blessing will be on your food and water. I have redeemed your life from the pit, and I have crowned you with love and compassion. I satisfy all your desires with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. My precious Son has destroyed the curse of the law and has redeemed you and healed you by his sacrifice. He took your pain and bore your suffering. By his wounds you are healed, and he has given my people the authority to drive out demons and to cure diseases. Therefore, go forth and proclaim my kingdom on earth and heal the sick. Father, I am your child, and you are my God. I stand in your righteousness and in the wholeness and life that you have given to me through the sacrifice of your Son, Jesus. Your Son, Jesus, took all my sins and sicknesses upon himself, and he has given me and my loved ones the privilege of walking in wholeness, body, soul, and spirit. Amen. Welcome to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there. I'm Ron, your host and the only true conservative in the United States today. Today, another message to the socialists and another book recommendation. All that when I come back. Thank you very much. Another good reason not to be a socialist, martyrdom. Every socialist that is down for the struggle is expected to martyr themselves for the revolution. They are expected to make sacrifices. So far, so good. All kinds of organizations expect their members to make sacrifices. The military, for instance. Another good example is a socialist martyr that we've all seen on T-shirts, Ernesto-che-Guevara. In his pre-revolutionary life, he was a medical doctor. He was upper class and he lived very well. He was from Argentina. He was involved in Guatemala's social reforms and later was the second in command of the Cuban Revolution. Che Guevara lived in poverty. He slept on the ground in various jungles. He lived poor when his education could have guaranteed him an upper-middle-class lifestyle. He was a true martyr, sacrificing himself for the revolution. Contrast his activities with the activities of today's so-called revolutionaries, the spoiled brats in Portland, Seattle, and elsewhere. They foment revolution only when it is convenient, only when school is out or on the weekends and after work. Furthermore, these gutless fools always have their smartphones with them and refuse to live like true revolutionaries, sacrificing creature comforts for the sake of socialist paradise. If these are the socialist vanguard, then the revolution is doomed, and every socialist in this country is wasting his time. When I come back, the promise of American life. Thank you. The Promise of American Life by Herbert-Croly. The Promise of American Life is part of the bedrock of American liberalism, a classic that had a spectacular impact on national politics when it was first published in 1909, and that has been recognized ever since as a defining text of liberal reform. The book helped inspire Theodore Roosevelt's New Nationalism and Franklin Delano Roosevelt's New Deal. Put Herbert-Croly on a path to become the founding editor of the New Republic and prompted Walter Lippmann to call him 20th century America's first important political philosopher. The book is at once a history of America and its political ideals and an analysis of contemporary ills, from rampant economic inequality to unchecked corporate power. In response, Croly advocated combining the Hamiltonian and Jeffersonian traditions and creating a strong federal government to ensure that all Americans had a fair shot at individual success. The formula still defines American liberalism, and the promise of American life continues to resonate today, offering a vital source of renewal for liberals and progressives. And progressivism is the name that Herbert-Croly gave to the movement that he started. Herbert-Croly hated the American Constitution, criticizing it as outdated and only suited for the time when America was an agrarian country. Mr. Croly wanted every job in the United States to be a union job, one huge closed shop. And further, he expected the government to be activist, choosing sides on every issue. The main question I have for Mr. Croly is, who asked you? Who fucking asked you? Who asked you to take a great country and turn it into a nation of busybodies, of people who would rather call a press conference than bend over to pick up one piece of trash? You are the grandfather of every shitty activist in this country. Your book should have been on Benjamin Weiker's list of the worst books ever written. If anyone owns this book, burn it. Burn it slowly, one page at a time. Back in a minute. Thank you. Tomorrow, more daily declarations for spiritual warfare, more reasons, rebukes, advice, and recommended reading. That concludes another episode of The Drill. Be honest, be smart, and be beautiful. I'm Ron, and that's The Drill.